I don't know. An angel came to me and now we're here.
I want to be in a relationship next year.
What is it? Welcome back to another episode of This Should Bother You with Pateka.
And Sahar.
Yeah.
Merry Jingle Halal.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Happy.
That one. As you can see, we are rather festive today.
Look what these are
PJs.
selected and bought by Miss Pateka as bad Christmas gift. Thank you, Miss Patty.
You're so welcome. Doesn't she look cute in her little Christmas
Doesn't
PJs?
she look cute? She got all the little drinks on her pajamas.
I know, and I wanted them to be like traditional Christmas colors, so I got red and green and white, and yeah, I like my PJs. I was initially gonna go, like typical me. I was gonna get these like forest green plain PJs. They were like colored, like structured like yours, but just like plain.
Without the pink.
No, without any decor. Like it was literally just plain green. Because it's technically like the same green of like Christmas trees. But then I was like, no, if you're gonna do Christmas PJs, you have to just commit to it.
Yeah.
So I committed to it, and this is our commitment.
And I'm really proud. Like these are nice selections.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She knows herself and her friends. I love it.
Exactly. What's been bothering you this week, dear?
I'm not gonna go into it because gotta keep it on the low. I have a crush. It's been 3 weeks. It's really bad. It's very distracting, and I got shit to do. I got a life to live.
Uh-huh.
No one said crushes were gonna be this distracting.
I'm pretty sure everyone knows that that's the entire point of crushes.
Oh, that they're distracting?
Yes.
Okay.
But they also like make life seem a little brighter, Life can be a little bit boring sometimes without a crush.
That's true, but it gives me a lot of anxiety having a crush, especially when I have to be like around them.
I think you need to channel that anxiety into excitement.
But it makes me feel
it's butterflies.
sick. Like I can't eat properly sometimes.
But you realize that your body doesn't. I think I read somewhere that your body doesn't know the difference between like nervousness or fear and excitement, because it all is just like an adrenaline rush to your body.
It is.
So you just have to tell your brain that it's okay. We're not in danger.
Yeah.
Because
I remember I spoke to one of our friends about it, about like when you like someone, like I don't know why I can't like eat properly or like I feel sick. She was like, I'm like that. She was like, I had a crush and I lost weight because I like someone, because I was like anxious.
I don't
and
think
I
you
was
guys
like,
are crushing correctly.
shit.
I don't think you guys are crushing correctly, guys.
No, I don't think it's correct. I think I'm a bit worried why I'm feeling
lose
the way
weight when I crush on people.
I know. Maybe I think it's a mixture of having really bad like anxiety and that kind of mixing with the crush situation is not a good mix.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what's been bothering me.
Your crush.
I mean, at least it's not a man, so I'm really happy about that. Carrying on, what's been bothering you?
My period is so very late. Yeah, it's not necessarily bothering me because I get really bad pains, so like I'm chilling, like
Yeah.
It's more bothering me because I don't want them, because I'm traveling soon, and I don't want the thick of my pain to be when I'm somewhere in the middle of the Atlantic. I was supposed to start and be done before I hop on the plane. Now we're going into tricky territory.
But
where I might still be on when I'm on the plane.
When you travel, your body does do like a.
I think so. I think the time zone confused her a little bit, and now she's like,
Mommy, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. And before you guys get all curious, no, I am not pregnant. That's not what's happening here. Thank you so much.
I really could have been an auntie.
It is the season for miracles and stuff like that. However, that shall not be happening in this case. Please, with your silent nights. Can you imagine how scary it must have been to be Mary? Like,
yeah, actually, no one's talking about.
Can you imagine?
That.
No one talks about how
Mary.
terrifying that must be. Like, I can't imagine how gaslit Joseph must have felt when she was like, I swear to you, I didn't cheat. Like, it just happened. Like, I don't know. An angel came to me and now we're here.
And the angel came to me. Yeah, still cheating. Next time, imagine. That's actually a good life for someone. Be like, no, I didn't cheat. An angel came to me. No one's gonna believe you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm actually really stressed out for my girl Mary. Like, and imagine her trying to explain to people, like, guys, no, I'm still pure. Like, nothing happened. And they're just seeing you get bigger and bigger. And you're like, allow me to explain myself. Listen. Let me tell you something. Shame, poor Mary. But anyways, yeah, not my portion, not my story. But that's what's been bothering me this week. But yeah, guys, it's the end of the year.
Thank God.
What do they say? High tidings, Yuletide, and all that. What? There's a Christmassy saying about like Yuletide and greetings and.
What is that? That's a different language. I'm so sorry.
But anyways, yes, it's the end of the year, so we wanted to have a discussion about 2025, guys. Like, first of all, what a long year. I'm not going to believe any of you. Like I said, I think I even said this last week. I'm like, I'm not believing any of you who said this year, like, oh my gosh, this year flew by so quickly. Oh my gosh, how are we already here? Keep it. This has been a long year.
It's been a long year. We've had enough.
It's time to clock out. But let's start on a positive note. What are some of your favorite moments or your highlight of 2025? And don't think of every happy thing because we will be here all day.
No.
Think of the big hitter.
Graduating from the most traumatic school I've ever attended in my life.
Okay, fantastic.
That was great.
Fantastic.
But I will say not everyone in that school was traumatic for me. Some fantastic professors and fantastic people and friendships. But it was a struggle and a half, I'm not gonna lie. So I was really proud of myself when I walked that stage because I wasn't even nervous walking the stage. I went on that stage and I was like, this is my stage.
Yeah.
I was like, obviously I didn't do that. Okay, but I was so like happy and I was like, oh, wow, I really deserve this. And I was so proud of myself. And I think I've mentioned this before, but I was the front of my whole master's program by accident. I didn't even mean to be. No one wanted to, because I would have to hand out the main paper. And so the introduction goes like Master in Fine Arts, then the name, whereas everyone else has a name after each other. But I was after the whole title, which was really special for me because, I worked really hard for it. And I was one of the only people in that cohort on a scholarship. So I don't know, I felt like I did it right. Yeah. So I was really proud of myself and thank God. And my parents were watching, my friends were watching. I hope I did them proud. Yeah. But yeah, that was one of the nicest moments, and my best friend being there and seeing it. And one beautiful moment that I don't speak about a lot is my best friend and Patty like getting along. Yeah. That's like one of my favorite moments because, like she's such a big, like Naya is such a big part of my life that it's like, it's so beautiful to see that like merge with this part of my life now, because I think it's, like obviously we both have our own best friends and everything, but like we've become such a big part of each other's life that having those two things be really well next to each other is like such a relief and such a, it like more like, I don't know how to explain it, but it makes me feel safer and makes me feel like my worlds aren't so far apart. So thank you.
That was a beautiful highlight, graduation. Yes.
What about yours?
The trips that I took.
Oh, you did good trips.
I did really good trips this year. I travel every year, so like at first you might be like, okay, so why is this a big deal? But I don't know, there was something peculiar about the trips that we took this year, and I'm gonna tell you why. Like, I was thinking about why I, for instance, loved in the middle of the year I went to different parts of the UK and Europe, and I went as part of that I met up with my parents in Turkey, and my mom has been speaking about Turkey for like as long as I can remember. She really loves this place, and like my parents are super well traveled, so like whenever they overhype places, I'm like, oh wow, this must be really special, because they don't really overhype any sort of place. But I think the place just means a lot to her. They took me to the hotel where they met, and I was like, I feel like I'm staring back at like the younger versions of you guys. Also, how ironic to meet in Turkey when you both work in the same profession. Crazy. And literally live in the same city, but you met all the way in Istanbul. Like, what? But anyway, so like that trip was really special. Going to Brazil, guys, what a fun trip. What a fun trip. And yeah, any South Africans, if you're thinking about going to Brazil, go. You're gonna have the time of your life.
Enjoyment.
they're so on the same wavelength as us. Like, and it's such a beautiful place. And also, Inga and I had various moments of like, we were at the top of Sugarloaf Mountain and we were just staring at each other and we were like, bro, we really just brought ourselves to Brazil. Like, if you were to speak to the 18-year-old versions of us who met on another mountain, but in Cape Town, and told them that like, yeah, hey guys, so like 7 years later, you guys are going to go on a trip by yourselves to Brazil, we'd be looking at you and be like, okay, if you say so. So yeah, that was super special. And it's ironic that those were huge highlights because they're the flip of a coin of my low of this year, which is the fact that I didn't get to go home in the middle of the year. Coming into this year, I was like, okay, no, because this trip where I was meant to go to England and then go to Turkey, whatever, was always planned for in the middle of the year, because the company that I was working for at the time had like a lot of days off that you didn't have to take as part of like your leave. So like, cool, I'm gonna travel then. And then I knew that I was gonna travel like another overseas trip towards the end of the year, and then I was gonna go home. And I was like, fine. I didn't think much of it. I didn't think, I was like, guys, I normally go home twice a year, but I was like, what's the difference? Twice, once, like, I'll survive. I felt the difference this year. Like, I felt the difference. Like, when they define homesickness, there's a reason why it is a sickness. Like, this year, there were so many moments in time where I actually felt ill. Like, I actually felt like I'm going to throw up. But I wouldn't, someone listening to this might be like, okay, so then why did you gallivant instead of just going home? But I'm like, I don't want to have to choose. I don't want to have to choose, because traveling and seeing the world is like, it's some of the stuff that makes life worth living for me, truly. So I just want to be able to do that, and also be able to be home when I want to be home and not miss out on big moments, and like be there for the dull moments as well, the nothing moments where nothing important is happening. I think it's also just, you realize when you've moved after a certain number of years. I don't know when it hits. I don't know if it's already hit for you. I don't know at which point in time it hits. But once you've moved, even if you just moved to a different city, I think you reach a point in time when you realize the impact of the decision that you've like made. Yeah. Because when you first move, it's like fun. Like when I first moved, every time I have to come back and forth, I'd be like, oh, whatever. But I think when the years go by and you start to like almost accumulate all the moments that you weren't there for, I think it kind of starts to hit you a bit harder later on. So I think that's maybe why it hit me hard this year. Anyways, we'll not be doing that again, ever.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult. Yeah. Especially when you have to like, because you casually like push it to the back of your brain how many moments you've missed.
Yeah.
And then people are just like, and then you randomly bring it up to someone, and then you start getting choked up, and you're like, oh fuck.
It's actually this podcast that made me realize, well, not made me realize, because I've been feeling it, but I'm like, oh my God, the people who listen to this are probably sick of us speaking about like home. And I was like, we sound so like, I don't know how to describe it. I obviously we watch like every single episode before we post it. So, and usually sometimes we even watch our episodes like twice or 3 times if like edits need to be done. So trust me, we know what we are feeding you guys. And I'm like, damn, we speak about this a lot.
We should have just called it a Homesick podcast. Actually.
One of the days I was just like playing around with what titles we should use for one of our episodes, and one of the ideas was like becoming ourselves away from home, and I was like, oh my God, should that have been the podcast name? But then I was like, no,
too long.
Becoming ourselves away from home, it's too long.
No, but I have to say, like, I think we were obviously, like, for me and like folks, like, we live in a world right now where we always have to unfortunately leave the place we're actually from if you're not privileged. Do you know what I mean? And I think everyone is having those conversations of being away from home. Do you know what I mean?
Well, we don't have to. Maybe in your case.
Well, I mean, in my case, I don't think I would have been able to stay in Iran. I don't think I would have had a safe life. And I think for people, for example, different parts like Palestine or I love their resistance, and I love people who were like, no, this is my land, I'm going to stay here, nothing you can do can make me leave my land. Or there's this Iranian artist in Iran who like he made a song and it was like, cheers to the boy that never left. And like and it's like that's strength in itself, but it's such a big thing right now. And like for us to talk about being away from home, because we sacrifice to have a better life, right? We sacrifice for our dreams, right? So homesickness is going to be a big part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you just don't deep it as well.
You don't deep it, yeah. I think if we can't deep it, if we do deep it, we'd be crying every day. You wouldn't have a podcast. You want us crying every day for you.
You see, yeah. And here's the thing, like, I think two things can be true at once. Experiencing homesickness and the pain of it doesn't necessarily mean regretting the decisions you have made.
Yeah.
It just means coming to terms with something. Because at the end of the day, if we never left, or in my case, like if I had never left, because I really didn't have to, but if I never left, the curiosity would have been something eating at me. It would have been like, oh, what could have been? If only I had been braver. If only I had, you know what I mean? And I really don't want my life to be a result of things that I didn't do because I was too afraid. Like that to me would have been a waste, you know? So at least like I would have rather lived knowing I did something to its fullest ability, or to my fullest ability. And should the time come to change my mind, or should the time come to start over elsewhere, or to continue living here, or whatever, then I can make that fully knowing that I always made the brave choice, you know? Like I always want to know that I didn't choose fear.
And you didn't.
Yeah. So, yeah, what was your low moments of 2025? By the way, these are personal low moments, not global low moments. Because if we were going to talk about the world, we would be here all day, because this year had a lot of global low moments. Okay.
My low moments, well, obviously there were some shitty moments here and there. And I think in our last episode, or was it the episode before, we spoke about like where we thought we'd be versus where we are and stuff like that. But I think one thing I regret, and I don't like regretting, but one thing about me is I would die with pride sometimes. And I don't like that, especially when it comes to like telling people things and stuff. I think one thing I regret is not telling people how I feel. And
people.
We're not going to get into it. We're not going to get into it.
Anyways, carry on.
Just tell people how you feel. I think I regret a lot of things. And, you know, I've made the little steps to like push myself to, you know, put myself out there more. But I just wish I wasn't so fearful of a reaction or of a result that I wasn't happy with, you know, especially when it comes to my love life. I think telling people you love them is such a big thing, and even if it's not reciprocated, it's okay. You should be proud of yourself that you even put yourself out there, especially when you're a bad looking, fantastic looking, mashallah looking person, you know. Which I have to remind myself also. But yeah, tell people you love them more. And I think that's one regret I have, is I wish I would have told the person specifically how I felt. For so many years I had this feeling and I didn't tell them, and then, you know, they found their person and now they're having a happy life. And I think it's not necessarily the situation I think that's made me sad. I mean, it did, but I think it's the fact that I held back for so long. And I think that stops a lot of happiness. Yeah. So don't do that, guys. Don't do that.
Tell people you love them.
Tell people you love them.
Don't choose pride. Don't choose fear. That's what you should get. Don't always do the brave thing.
Always embarrass yourself.
Always do the brave thing.
Yeah, it's okay. That just shows your strength.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and you won't die. Like, that's the other thing. You genuinely won't die. Like, you'll be fine. But I'm proud of you for learning from it and not just letting it like sink you, you know? Because you could have gone another way. You could have just been depressed and decided, cool, I'm never speaking to anyone ever again. Like, cool. But you did the opposite. You instead were like, I'm actually in this because I was so afraid to speak. So I'm going to do the opposite and put myself out there.
I know, because I got tired of myself.
Yeah.
I think I spend so much time in my head that I forget I'm like my mother's daughter. I forget that I'm kind. I forget that I look after myself. I look presentable. I forget that I've realized who I am. I forget that I look pretty. I forget that I dress well. You know, I forget all of these things. I forget that I have beautiful friends and I surround myself with beautiful people. And my mom always says it's because you're good that you have good people around you. So why do I not deserve to say my feelings to someone who could be a good partner for me? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just reminding myself that stuff is so difficult. You get in your head about it.
Right. Okay, right. So moving on in 2025 reflections, what are some of your favorite creative projects of 2025?
Well, obviously this one.
Yeah, podcast.
This one I get to yap to my friend every week, especially when we both work full time. And when we get home, we're both like, well, she has more, she has better organization energy. Me, I'm like, sometimes you know how she was talking about watching a podcast. Sometimes I'll start watching the podcast and then halfway through.
Yes, okay, so your favorite creative project is this podcast. I agree. Yeah. And I can't believe we actually haven't been doing this long at all. Like, dude, we posted our first episode in May, but we actually only posted on Spotify at the end of September, like October. We're basically like a month old on Spotify, which is kind of ridiculous. But yeah, this has been fun.
It's been so fun. What about you?
You kind of stole mine. I won't lie to you.
No!
I was going to say our podcast too, so I guess this is really awkward now.
We both, this is both ours.
Yeah, so, cool.
It's our baby, so, you know.
Yeah. And yeah, I think with every episode, with every season, we learn more and more, and we discover more about ourselves, discover more about what we want to put out there, what kind of story we want to tell, what kind of content we want to create. And yeah, I'm just excited to continue doing more. You know, I think this year, there's a lot of things that I started doing that next year, I'm excited to just continue. You know, for once, I don't feel a huge amount of pressure to just start something next year. Like, I feel like I planted a lot of different seeds that I'm just going to continue nurturing next year, you know? And I'm quite excited for that because I feel like usually when we begin the year, everyone's like, oh my God, I have all these list of goals and blah, blah, blah. But next year, I'm just like, just grow.
I want to be in a relationship next year.
Oh! Hey! You heard it first here, ladies, gentlemen, and theys.
I'm manifesting it, guys, because listen, I've been pausing this. I've been trying to run away from it for a while. I'm like, I need to grow up, guys. I need to grow up and I need to learn to be able to coexist
with other
human beings. So I can coexist with my friends.
Okay, when you get into a relationship, can you get into a relationship with someone who has a nice house so that when you guys do your situations, you can do it there?
I'm not going to. You won't be home.
I'm home.
Sometimes you're not. Oh, this is what I love about you. Sometimes you like to travel. Sometimes, you know, when she travels and I have the whole house to myself, like, damn, I could really be doing the most from that place to there. But, you know, I don't like people. So now what?
Okay, so Sahar is jollering next year. Fantastic. We love that for her.
I'm sorry, I just realized...
I love that for you.
I just realized...
No, and sometimes you must put it into existence because I've experienced a thing where I've gone into a year and be like, I think I'm falling in love this year. And then it kind of happens.
Shit.
So, you know, you just... Because I think when you decided for yourself that you become open to receiving that energy, you know, and you are more accepting of the opportunities that come your way when you are in that mindset versus when you're in the mindset of like, no thank you. So
no, I want to be, and I want to be like,
and please, I'm not sure, sorry, I know you have your crush, but I hope that's not where this relationship sentiment is coming from.
No, that's not where it's coming from. Okay. I just genuinely want to be, I just want to because I've never been in a relationship, guys. I just been running away from it my whole life. So I just want to have experience. I want to have experience. I want to learn. And one thing I'm really scared of is like, how am I going to manage everything in my life whilst being in a relationship? And I think I'm like, well, you have to be in it to learn how to manage it, right?
Exactly.
It's my fear is like my family and friends and then this person. Because, you know, I don't know if I should speak about it on here, but one of my family members just got a girlfriend. Mm-hmm. And apparently this girl is like every day obsessed with my family member, and everyone's bothered by it because it's too much. It's too much. I don't want that. I don't want her. Oh my god, babe, don't fucking touch me when I'm in front of my mom and my dad. Actually, I just want something nice and relaxation, very manageable, very nice, good times, but not in people's faces. You know what I mean? I hope you're listening to me. Thank you so much.
We will be here next year in other Christmas PJs. We will see how 2026 has gone.
Yeah, I'll be like, after this podcast, I'm gonna go see my boo.
Yeah, love a girl era. I love a girl.
Just please don't let it be a man. Oh my god. Guys, Rosie
cracks herself up behind this camera. It's so funny.
Rosie, come in camera.
It's so self.
Rosie, come here.
It's so affirming.
Oh my god.
Guys, this is Rosie.
We're
No, sit in the middle. No, in the middle.
This is Rosie.
Guys, this is Rosie.
When we speak about Rosie, this is who we're speaking about. She's our lovely friend who helps us with the pod. She helps us make sure that the things behind the scenes
is running well
are
back there.
running. So we're not going to keep her here long because no one is currently watching the cameras. But
We
this
could
is
not be
Rosie.
filming right now.
Exactly. We might not know exactly what's happening, but thank you so much. This is another 2025 highlight, is we've had Rosie help us.
The amazing
She made the world of a difference.
No, actually, and
So-
she like, it's such a joy to be around her. Every day she comes in with like little like baskets of fruits, gifts, mugs, and I'm like, you're too kind. The world doesn't deserve Rosie.
So lovely. So thank you, Rosie.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm gonna go back to my seat because I'm
What is the biggest lesson that you have learned this year?
That's a martini. Huh? Biggest lesson this year. I think I've already said what my biggest lesson was.
From the whole romantic situation.
Yeah, tell people you love them. Don't have regrets.
Don't have regrets.
No regrets. Where's that from? No regrets.
I don't know. I know the Meet the Millers. You know that guy with the tattoo over here.
Not.
No regrets.
You know
Because you didn't spell it correctly. For me, I think it's... You know that whole saying of like closed mouths don't get fed?
If you don't ask, you don't get.
If you don't ask, you don't get. But also like if you don't put yourself out there, no one's going to know. And I think, yeah, this
How would
year,
they know?
How would they know? And I think this year taught me the value in that, and also like how kind of freeing it is to just like put yourself out there and not hide and not like just be storing all these things that you want to do and that you, because you're scared of like, I don't know, embarrassment or being perceived a certain way or whatever. Like, guys, life is so long, and like again, back to our topic of you don't want to look back at your life and realize that certain things didn't happen for you because you chose fear. Like, just do it. Just put yourself out there. Just be audacious. Open your mouth. Get fed. Life will be great. Life will be fantastic. So those are the lessons I've learned. But yeah, other than that, 2025, bye cutie. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Jingle halal.
We hope you have a beautiful time celebrating with your families, if you are with your family. And if you are not with your family, we hope you have a beautiful time doing whatever you are doing with your free time. Because most people in the world get the day off. So, you know, hopefully...
Yeah. Unless you're Muslim.
They don't get day off. Damn.
No, they're like, oh, I can work the extra day. I'm not celebrating.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But take the day off, you know.
Yeah, take the day off if you can. Yeah.
Yeah, celebrate.
Sorry, my brain is...
she giving up. There's one brain cell left in there.
There's one brain cell left for the year, and you guys are
catching the
the
one
last crumb. I don't know what I'm gonna do for these 3 days of work that I still have to work because the brain is gone. But anyways, guys, thank you for rocking with us.
Thank you
for season 2. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for engaging with us on our socials and here as well. Thank you for recommending us to your friends. Thank you when you guys randomly message us and tell us that you enjoyed an episode. It makes us very happy. So we appreciate you.
Yes.
Please stick around. We have more in store. We're excited for 2026. We'll keep updated on like our socials and everything with regards to timelines for all of that. But yeah, also if you are new here, take this as an opportunity to catch up. We have
so many.
We have... Sorry, I'm doing maths. I think 20 in total, maybe.
But more than 20.
Maybe 22 episodes that you
Yeah.
can catch up on. So, catch up.
Wow, I'm proud of us. 22.
Yeah.
It's from May.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Look at us go.
For
Rosie
us.
got these for us,
Well,
and
Rosie has to open.
we
our
have to
present.
open them up on camera. Oh, look at how nicely she wrapped these up,
Right.
guys. Like, so cute.
My
Okay.
mum would love this wrapping paper.
Looks equipmenty. Looks very equipmenty.
Oh.
Oh!
What is it? Softbox.
Guys, we have lighting!
Oh my
Guys! You know, that's actually one of the things I wanted for season 3 was lighting.
Lighting.
Because, guys, the sun. You see, season 3.
From all of us, and this should bother you.